Print it.
Strong way, pick me up, carry me. Though we stand alone, keep my brothers close to me. Brother, I'm not always right. Woo!
Kick ass.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Green Album release party. My name is Leo, and this is the Side Trippers Band, and we're broadcasting to you live from Studio City Sound in lovely Studio City, California. Now, this might be your only chance for live entertainment anywhere in Los Angeles, anywhere in America, possibly. So we hope we do a good job and we entertain you. We're here to play some songs from the Green Album, and also to tell some stories about the making of it. The video that you just saw highlighted some of the clips of performances. This is a unique album where we had several different drummers from the L.A. area, studio and session drummers, play on each different song, and they all played on this special DW green kit over here. There's some special stories that we'll talk about later about the kit, but this is the house kit here. Josh Freese owns this kit and has been kind enough to leave it behind for Tom Weir and studio use here. I composed a majority of all of the songs on the record and performed most of the instrumentation. And the drummers that played on here, made a really big impact on the songs. And hopefully, when we play some of them for you tonight, you'll be able to hear some of the different influences and styles that make the music bold. And here's the CD. So some people still make CDs. And I'll show you the back of the CD as well, because we'll be talking about that, which is there's an illustration on the back that shows each of the 10 drummers. And it was done by an artist here in Los Angeles. His name is Dano. And through the evening, we're also gonna share some videos with you and a little interview with Dano, and he'll talk a little bit about what he went through to make the illustration. I know it's very small for you to see, but it's a beautiful likeness of the fellows that played on the song. So without further ado, I think we should play a song. What do you think? So to get the show on the road, we're going to play one of the songs from the CD called Revolution. There's many different meanings. Well, there are a couple different meanings of the word revolution, and this one in particular relates to time as we cycle around.
1, 2, 1, 2.
It's alright. All the leaves are blowing past trees so fast that you can't hold, you can't tell. Blind like fate, lost like praise. Maybe come at another age. I'll be back up and say goodbye. This place of change, all set from another room. roller coaster is going faster. Weakness and squeeze might be your master. Bring me a cup with a taste of your touch as the morning breeze comes to me. This place of change, all set for another revolution. What will change? Kick back or jump the train, and now you swim in clarity, wise enough to see what's going round and round again. We're going round and round again. Thank you, our lovely studio audience of under 10. It's very loud out there. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. Panos was the drummer who played on that song. And yeah, just, quick story. I'll try and tell, little bits and pieces about each of these. Maybe more, musician-centered curiosity, but it was a fun song because I didn't have the song fully written until I knew the Toss was playing on it. And so I did a little bit of, kind of research to figure out his playing style and some elements that I thought would be nice to bring into the mix, to bring into the basic song that we came in and recorded on. So basically what I do is I come in and I have tracks that are recorded and, something that resembles a song that he can then play along to and comes in and does the session. And then, so he had a great session with us, and we sent him off on his way, and then he did some really cool stuff during the track. So then I went back and I rewrote a bass part and I rewrote a guitar part because Toss has this very interesting style, kind of very loose style. So he was doing some fun, chaotic things at the end. So we try to do some of that here, but you can hear more of that on the record. Green. All right, and so I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of move on to the next song. A lot of paperwork here. So the next song we're going to do for you is called Drive. You don't need to count that out because I got that on my own. One foot on the brake to save me, one foot on the gas to free me. Split, decide, back and forth in my mind. Will I go south? Thinking over what it could be. Will I still get in the way of me? Of things spill out in the haze. side to side, on my feet again, then slip back inside, across, down and confidence lost, that's how it goes. I don't need for you to reach for the skies, I'm just trying to kick it into drive. Big life with big costs, someone, some lost, outside in cold, when dark, you be bold. Last night inside, I'd speak and you'd hide, just might find hope when I'm writing the speech and you end. I don't need to reach the speed of light, I'm just trying to put it into drive. Oh, we're landing down and it feels so right. Oh, we're gliding as we shift it into drive. Yeah. Thank you. I think we're going to move into a little video that talks about the making of things, and I think Tom Weir, everyone's favorite Tom Weir, I think will be in this video as well, talking about some of the fun we had.
All right, we're here in Studio City Sound with Leo Hurd,
And Tom Weir,
mixing the Green album.
the very, very final hours of mixing.
The album.
This is the third Side Trippers record. This is the second one that we're doing here at Studio City Sound. This
See, I never knew there was a first one, but that's.
It's a mystery record,
Okay.
and you can find it on the internet.
Okay, I'll look for it.
But we decided at the end of the last record, we had what we call a super session, where we had a number of players come out on the bonus number 11 song, some very famous studio musicians, and it was that time I realized quite a large collection of contacts that Tom Weir has in the music biz. And so we were kind of talking afterwards about what to do for a next record, if there would be a next record. And somehow it kind of came up with the idea of drummers, and we started talking about some drummers he knew and some drummers that would be cool to play. And so we kind of came up with this idea of the record, having a different drummer play on each individual song on the record. A majority of the drummers were drummers that Tom knew or had contacts for. And
Or that I would money to.
Or that's true.
Or
That's
vice
true.
versa. We have this, I'll tell them that. We have this this DW, we'll get a sponsorship, green kit that Josh Freese left here. All the drummers played on the same DW kit. And so that's how he came up the title Green.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Side Trippers are the only band who has a song that's composed about a drum kit.
So I could be wrong.
There might be one.
I'm not willing to do the research. We also these guys are very busy, A-list session drummers, and you could never get them in one room at the same time. So we actually commissioned an illustrator to put together I guess it's an illustration is what we'd call it, of all of the drummers around the green kit.
But anyway, we recorded here in Studio A on this amazing Neve 8068 Mark II console from 1977. It's a great sounding board, and all the drummers were absolutely amazing, from Vinnie
Colaiuta,
Josh Freese, Matt Laug, Victor Indrizzo. Name a couple more. I can't remember.
Curt Bisquera.
Oh, he's excellent.
Yes, they're all excellent.
And he gave us a good plug. Well, they're all great.
This is my favorite studio, Studio City Sound.
Toss Panos, and we also had Randy Cooke, and we had Tamir Barzilay. Is that it?
No,
We don't
you
wanna
forgot
forget
about Gregg
anybody.
Bissonette.
How could we forget
Oh, sorry,
Gregg
Gregg.
Bissonette?
Oh, man. A little bit of history. The green drum kit, the DW kit that Josh Freese lent us, it's not CDC Sounds. We don't own it. It's just being left here.
The song that got away. Is that what it's called?
What do you call it?
It's called "Let You Get Away,"
Sorry.
and I'm giving away all the secrets now because I'll
Wait, then they won't buy the album. Oh, shoot. Don't
All
tell
right,
me.
I'm not going to tell the story.
No, tell me.
So there's this, the kit that we have here, and then I keep hearing things as I'm coming to the studio about that there's a history related to the drum kit, and that in the DW conferences that people start sharing this story. So I'm asking Tom, what is this backstory? And he said, well, the drum kit was actually a special custom kit that was for Carl Perkins. And I'm like, well, Carl Perkins is a guitar player, but that's fine. He might want to have a certain look for his band and how he's playing, or maybe he plays drums at home. So evidently Carl Perkins didn't like this drum kit, and he rejected it. I didn't know why he rejected it at the time, but that became kind of an interesting thing. And when I went to go write the last song for the record, I thought I would wrap it all together by writing a song about the drum kit. And so, we played a little game of taking a song that doesn't make any reference to drums and sounds like a relationship, but behind the scenes, it's about the drum and how the drum was rejected. And at one point, Tom said, well, maybe we can get the guy who rejected the drums to play on the last song. And I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. Carl Perkins has been dead for 17 years. And he goes, no, not Carl Perkins. They weren't for Carl Perkins, they were for Stephen Perkins from Jane's Addiction. But I'd already written the song. So as far as I was concerned, too bad. I liked the song. The song was written from Carl Perkins' point of view, about Carl Perkins having rejected the drums and then realizing after the fact, seeing video of Josh Freese playing the kit, wanting the drums back again.
You guys, we're live.
All right. I hope you liked that last video and our little story. We're actually going to play that song now, the song that we just talked about. So maybe that'll be fun, because maybe instead of you looking at the song from the literal words, you can imagine some of the other things. And we were lucky enough to have Jim Keltner play on that song, drum legend, everybody's favorite, and he used some very big sticks on the song, so we get little insights for the musicians who are listening too. So we had a great time with Jim. I'll tell some more Jim stories, but and remember Tom and I were talking about. Tom's like, man, he really hit those drums hard. So he had some big solid moves. So Dennis will try and recreate that, and I'm sure he'll do a fine job. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do some quick introductions before we play. Kevin Lambertucci on bass guitar. Dennis Nielsen on drums. Antonio Roman on keys. I'm Leo, All right, let's do the song.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Hands on you, not Set to the side, left for nothing. Rejected like an ugly duckling. Now the swan flies high. Rescue just in time. I know that you have your reasons. I lost out and I had to see you with them playing. Together you're playing, and now I want you even more. Well, let you get away, now you're the only one I'm thinking of. Oh, every day you're the one that I've been dreaming of. Got a long way to go. Hope the answer is clear. Is it honeydew or honey don't? Hope I haven't got it wrong. Happened to me before. When I let you get away, I know the only one I'm thinking of. Oh, every day you're the one that I've been dreaming of. Come around again. When you come around again. W.S. would have liked those shells. You flip them around and they played so well. Thank you, studio audience and folks out at home. I can almost hear you clapping. So that was a lot of fun for us. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. You know, because you never get these opportunities. I'll share one of my some of the fun that we had with Jim Keltner. You know, he spent a lot of time with us. We did about a 3-hour session together. And you know, he worked through each of the parts. These guys come in; they've never heard the song before, and they go from hearing a song to basically finishing a song, and sometimes between 1.5 and 3 hours. So it's a great experience. But one of the things that was some of the things were fun. We did a little preparation, like we did for some of the other drummers, and we had our Jim Keltner fan club buttons on, and so he enjoyed that, and We also did this thing. He's actually in this. He played a lot with George Harrison, some of the other Beatles, John Lennon, etc. And he's actually he's in the video for the George Harrison song called "This Song," and it's a pretty funny video if you go out and YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. On YouTube and go see George Harrison's "This Song." It's pretty funny. And so this was just kind of at the start of the coronavirus time. It was pretty early on when he did the session. I mean, that's only 3 or 4 weeks ago. And we were talking about, maybe some sad times coming. And I had kind of, I had my PC queued up to the video, and I kind of gave a little speech. And I said, guys, it's a shame we have to have these sad discussions. I think we should just have 3.5 minutes of fun
And then I led him over to the PC, and we played. We made him watch the video that he was in on there, and so he got a chuckle out of it. Said his son was actually in the video, and they had a bang-up time. So go watch this song. All right, moving on. Okay, everybody like that? John Spicuzza did the layout artwork for this, so I want to say, give a shout out to John. We are going to do a song for you called Tangerine in Blue. But before we do that, you know, this is a great band we have here. These are some educators from Musicians Institute, and you know, I'm gonna tune up a little bit, and they're gonna play a little jam while I do it, entertain you. Feel free to dance at home. Thanks, guys. In case the studio audience is lacking, I'm going to bring this out. I'm not afraid to bring this out. And you two at home. Thank you, Ray. All right. So the song we're going to do for you here is called Tangerine. And something. It's called Tangerine and Blue.
tangerine, the flame goes out and blue. Though it starts as tangerine, the flame goes out and blue. We go out in a fire. We go out in a fire. We go out in a fire. Tangerine and blue. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Tamir Barzilay played drums on that song on the recording, and I think he did a great job. And you did too, Dennis. You liked that one. You liked the part he played, right? I like that song. He said it was in his style. All right. So we are going to do something, maybe another minute or so. I'm going to gab a little bit. First of all, I hope everyone's safe at home. We here have these beads here. Everyone has the beads. These are the coronavirus beads. Magical St. Patrick's Day, the Irish beads. So if you got them, wear them. There's a big batch in the studio audience of 8. Is it 8 or 10? It has to be under 10, I think. If that's 15 people and you're applauding like that, that's pretty sad. Well, we try to keep you happy. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're gonna play. I'm going to show you again because I keep showing you the CD. It's really hard to see because it's small, but there's this illustration here that we're very proud of, and we're gonna we interviewed the artist who did that, and we're gonna play a video for you now that will let you learn a little bit more about the artist and the process that he went through to create the artwork.
So we're here today at Studio City Sound to interview Dan Kubat. Hello, Dan.
Hello, Leo.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine, man.
Great. Dan is the artist who has done the artwork for the Side Trippers' Green album. And we're here today to talk a little bit about Dan and about the trials and tribulations of having to do the artwork for Side Trippers. And hopefully there was some fun involved in the process. We did 10 altogether,
Yeah,
right?
10 altogether. Yeah, it's how do you make 10 guys in a nice composition?
And what do you call the artwork? Is it an illustration? Is it a caricature? I don't understand exactly what it is.
It's kind of a combination. I mean, I'm a traditional illustrator, but you want to put enough of the musician's personality in there, so there always is an element of caricature in it. Otherwise, you just get an image that's just copying a photograph, and that way, why not just photograph it? You won't get the personality, the character. You'll capture the essence of the person that way. That's why I think illustration is the coolest way to go. And like I said, I'm a bit of a frustrated musician. I have zero musical talent, so all my musical kind of ambitions come out artistically and visually.
I think you've told me in the past that you've done some corporate illustration, and for the film industry.
Yeah, I'm a storyboard artist for the animation and film industry. I've done it for, I'd say about good 25 years here in L.A. So I'm very, what I try to do is, my background in storyboarding has really, I've been able to put that influence into my illustration, because you learn how to do very good compositions, and also storyboarding is storytelling. And I try to always have a narrative in all my illustrations. I try to capture the moment in my artwork, and that's what I try to do with the Green project. Get the right feel everything in there. And
Well, you definitely nailed it.
Well,
It's
thank you,
really
man.
good. The Side Trippers project involved 10 different drummers, each playing on one separate song, and all of these drummers are famous drummers, and they're all based in the Los Angeles areas.
The composition has to work, and that's the biggest challenge. So you might find a really nice photograph of somebody facing, let's say, 3/4 this way or that way, and it won't work in a composition. So I had to pick the images that would work together, and also, the best likeness of each character. So I took that reference and I did a rough sketch, and from that rough sketch, based on your approval, of course, I did the final comprehensive sketches as you have on paper, the ones that on paper you have.
For the individuals, each individual person.
And the reason I do that, I don't trace photographs. I don't do that stage in Photoshop. I first do everything organically, because if you look at somebody, and this is very helpful if you meet them in person, but even if you don't have a chance to meet somebody in person, whatever you have, people give off a certain, I don't know, it's kind of cheesy, aura or whatever from their personality, and it goes in your head and it comes out here, and your interpretation of that makes it come to life. And that's why I don't just copy photographs, because if you copy a photograph, you're going to end up with something that looks like that. It looks exactly like the person, but it's not that person. Does that make any sense?
It does. And I know that I had provided, in addition to some base photos and photo links, I tried to provide a paragraph or two about each of the people. I was wondering if that mattered, if that had an impact on things.
And also the photographs of them just hanging out with other people showed me each fellow's personality. So you try to capture the likeness, but more importantly, the personality, the person's character. And then we had to pick the right colors. I used complementary colors because the drum set is green. It's a nice, like, kind of turquoisey green. So the complementary color to green is red.
Okay.
So that's why I put Gregg's jacket in that red jacket, and Josh's a red shirt as a juxtaposition to the green drum set, and that ties the whole thing together.
But part of the project was based on the green drum kit. That's the house drum kit here at Studio City Sound, correct?
Yeah, and a drum kit actually is sort of like the centerpiece and the star of that CD, and that's why it is in the center of the artwork, and they're surrounding it. But again, it had to work with all the rest of the other fellas too. So yeah, the challenge was the composition
and talk to me about the composition. I as a person who's just working with you and a non-artist, what is the actual composition? Is that, I think you talked about field of depth or something? Is it many elements?
Yeah, it's part of that. Like if you have first of all, what is the story point? The story is all these drummers, playing the green kit. So the green kit's the star, and they're the players. So they surround the kit, and also has to be a pleasing composition to the eye. So if you just like throw a bunch of guys haphazardly onto the cover, again, one guy looking this way, one guy looking that way, one guy looking up, it doesn't work together as a unit. So your eye is drawn to the kid, but then the next thing you do is you look at all the other musicians, and it has to also look natural. I want to do a composition that you can feel like that feels like they're hanging out and having a cool time. It doesn't look like some guy was photoshopped in there, and that's why the guys in front are larger than Josh behind the kid. He's in the back, so he's smaller. That's your depth of field. So it's all those elements make a good composition. And that's always the most time-consuming part, believe it or not. I tried different compositions that weren't working first, and that one was just gelled. And I think that comes from my storyboarding background.
Okay.
It really comes in handy to doing projects like this. So I imagine they were all together. That's kind of my job. Imagine they're put what's in here onto the canvas or the paper or on the digital Cintiq, whatever. Yeah, we work it now, but yeah, I mean, it was a challenge, but the end result, I'm pretty happy with it.
I had talked about having an illustration done because I couldn't get a photograph of all the guys together.
That's
I thought
right.
it was great, and I was standing in the hallway, and I was looking at the Rod Stewart's illustration, and we were talking about it, and Tom Weir mentioned that Hunter, who works here, had a relative, a father, that did that illustration, and Tom said that would be great if we could get Hunter's dad to do that illustration. Here's his telephone number. If people would like to see some of your other artwork, where can they go?
Oh, it's very easy. Go to artbydeno.com. I have a online website that has showcases all my art, and I also have cool limited edition prints available there for sale, and T-shirts, other merchandise, and it'll let you know. A couple of times a year, I usually have a couple of art shows, either here or Orange County, L.A. County or Orange County, and I'll let you guys know where that is. All that information is on my website, artbydeno.com.
Well, great. I hope you liked learning a little bit about Dano and what he did to help elevate our artwork on the CD. We're going to play one more song for you. This is just kind of a sampler show. We're just giving you 5 of the 10 songs. This way you can go out and listen to the rest of them at your pleasure. This last song is called Brothers, and Gregg Bissonette is actually the drummer who played drums on the song, and we were lucky enough to have his brother Matt play bass on the song. When we were thinking about doing the song, I knew his brother was a bass player, so we had kind of tried to hope we could wedge that in, and we were lucky enough to do that. So it added an additional dimension of brothers playing on a brother song. Hope you like it. So many things together, on different paths we're going. When there's struggle, day I'll be lifting you, and knocked down by a strong weight. Close to me, brother. I'm not always right, though I wanna be. Kicked from my high horse, and you let me off so easily. You always laugh alone. That's why I like you here with me. And the rain starts to fade. The clouds were broken by a friend, and I'll count on you to the end. Look, nobody knows me better than you. Anticipate the words you used before you said them too. And go places that we've been out on the road, and stories we know. Stand alone, my brother, I keep you close to me. I feel you next to me. I will never alone, 'cause I keep my brothers close to me. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being such a kind audience here and out in the internet land. I just wanted to make sure that I went through a few thank yous, because there are a lot of people that made this happen in many ways: blood, sweat, tears, cash, and all kinds of things. So I didn't even need the applause on that one. Thanks, Hunter. So first of all, the main man, if you didn't kind of get it here, Tom Weir. I'll give a big thanks to Tom Weir. Let's hear some applause. Tom and I really, worked, close on this to make it happen over the course of 2019, 3 hours at a time, whatever my budget could afford. So he's very flexible, and we had a great time, and we got to use the Cooper time cube, right, Tom? He's nodding in the background, yeah. So we got to do all kinds of fun things to make the album, because as he said in the video, we put it through this 1977 beautiful Neve board, and Tom knows how to get just the kind of the right sounds for the warmth of the songs. So thank you, Tom, and want to thank all the drummers, all 10 of them. I can't name all the names. Well, I could try. I would need the CD to read them off, but you know who you are. Your stars. And I'd like to thank the Green Drum Kit as well for being here, as being our centerpiece, as the novel idea for our album. And I want to thank the band for playing tonight and playing all these songs, and very much. Applause. And I would also like to thank the crew here at Studio City Sound, who a bunch of really good professionals. Lorenzo and Marcus and Hunter and Carly and all the other people who aren't here in the back. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Dimitra. I want to thank Jim and Alex, who helped make those videos. I hope you like the videos. My guys put those together, and they hate me now because I took all their free time away. But now they're free. So that's it. Thank you again, everyone, for attending our streaming party. I hope you like the music. It's trickling out. We're releasing today. It's every couple of days. It'll be another day. It'll be on Apple, iTunes. It'll be on Spotify. We're just waiting for everything to cycle through. And in the meantime, you can go to sidetrippers.com, and there's a player there, so you can listen to the songs right away there. Or you can just send a link to our website if you actually want a hard copy CD. Nobody seems to want the hard copy CDs, but if you do want one, email us for right now until they're in wider release, and hope you enjoy the artwork. Thank you, everybody.
Printed.